Well, we got the cukes up. We got 39 tomato plants in. We need to plant some okra. Forgot to bring our peppers down. We've been here since Friday night and we're going back Tuesday night. Today is the 2nd of June, a Monday. And I plowed these rows, and that's going to be a little more than a half a row of okra and a full row of okra. And we're going to put in some pole beans. Just want to walk up in here, and it's just what your soil like. And now that this has been plowed and all the leaves and stuff and compost on the top has been turned in and started to break down, and the plow could run through it at a depth of 6 inches, and that makes a very nice, easy, friable planting soil bed. Well, it's time to put in our string beans. We're doing 2 double rows. We'll plant them on each side of this netting, and so we'll have 120 feet of them. We are still eating them from last year. I think we froze close to 50 quarts, and we've been eating them right regular. What I do is we get these really strong posts, and this post will flex this way, but it will not flex that way. Remember that when you use these poles. There's some flex this way, but there's almost no flex that way. And then this is a clothesline that's got wire in it with plastic on the outside of it. And these are just the little fasteners that you can get to hold cable. And we use the hole that's in the pole, and then we hook it on there to try to stretch it out to run this wire in and out of it, which is a pain in the butt, but it's a lot better than if you tried to loop it over top of this with the stakes and all in the way. So we just run it every 3 or 4 of those. See, there's gaps in it, and then at the end we tighten it up and tighten the one at the other end. So we actually have to pull this cable through the tops, which takes a bit of a time. And then we hook it on these little hooks and tie it with my little nylon ties so they won't slip out of the hooks. And it will hold a lot of weight. And what we'll do here is pull it loose and hook it at the bottom and put a nylon tie in the middle and at the bottom. And on the other end we'll put like 4 or 5 ties on it. And that's the cable laid on the ground. And my bride will feed the cable to me as I interwire it. We will hang the fence on this at the appropriate height and try to hook it on each one the same way. And the last pole isn't in the ground yet because we don't know how much left we have. These are sections we covered our onions with. And I rolled it up on a flat piece of cardboard about 18 inches wide so I could reuse it. And she will feed it to me, and I'll get to the end, and then we'll move the pole to the appropriate place and hook it up and do the same thing. And then we just drag my little trail. I'll level out where my footprints are. I'll drag my little plow down each side, drop the seeds in with my redneck seed planter, water it in, and then we'll take that onion fence down and put it around here to keep the rabbits off of it. And I'm going to buy another little section of that because the rabbits are just pain in the behind. But that's so far. We'll come back when it's done. Well, it's June the 2nd, a Monday, and it's 6:35 on the East Coast. We've got 120 feet of beans. They're F1 hybrids. And we got a row on each side of the wire, 30 feet long, so that's 4 rows, 120 feet. We've got 30 feet plus probably at least 25 of okra planted and watered in. Tomatoes have watered in, they're starting to flower, no fruit is set yet. And we watered these cucumbers. And you can see that piece of fence up there that in the past we've grown cucumbers on it. Well, when I put this wire fence up here the other day to protect the rabbits from getting in here, I forgot to put that fence in there. And you can see the bare spots there. And this whole row. And they ate them all. And for some reason they didn't come on down into there. But anyway, I stuck the wire back up there and reseeded these and watered those in. But with that opening there, he could just go right in there and whittle away. It's a wonder they didn't get more of them. Generally, they don't fool with cucumbers. So anyway, I'll stick that back in the ground. We have a mystery on these Sweet Millions. They look wilted for the first several days. The first one here is perked up. The second one, see, it's a little bit wilted. This one's picked up. Obviously, it's going. It's setting flowers. This is getting darker on the tops. Things you look for. That one just looks peaked. And this one looks even worse. And they were watered when we put them in the ground, and there's nothing that happened to the stem. And it's sort of a mystery. And this one, see, the bottom leaves are peaked, but the top's doing healthy. Same thing here. Not showing a lot of growth, but it wasn't really hot all week. And this one is obviously growing. And that's where this one was on when we planted them on the 26th. We always mark the tallest one, just so it's grown, I don't know, 6 inches in a week. The rest of them look pretty healthy. My poor little fig tree is putting out a little more leaf where it already put out some, and there's a few more places with 1-inch branches that are sprouting out, but very few. You can see a couple right up there in the middle. We'll have to keep waiting.